forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Hey guys, and welcome to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 3, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. I am so happy that the new series has just begun. It is day 1, round of 256. My name is Apollonia. I'll be your host and caster for today, as well as throughout the entirety of this tournament. And joining me, which you will see a lot, and you already know him, it is CA, caster and analyst. How are you feeling, CA?
Feeling great, Apollonia. As you said, we're just really excited for this Series 3 to start up. I can't believe we've come so far. We've finished 2 series. We're in our 3rd, and now it's time for teams to start stepping up to the mark, proving that they've got the mettle to do so. For our first game, we've got Instinct Esports playing. We've seen them before. So for them, this is going to be just a matter of repeatedly progressing as they have before.
Indeed, we can head over straight into the match. And, you know, round of 256, there's not much expectations at all. We're going to see a bunch of different teams. We're going to see familiar ones as well. And for this particular game, we can see it is Team X Factors versus Ace Maniacs. Both teams we have not seen at all. They must be pretty new. They're going to try fight their way to the top. And, you know, what's really cool about Series 3 this time is that we have a new prize pool as well. It has gone up to 2 lakhs, and that is a lot of money up for grabs as well. So these teams are going to be gunning for each other.
Yeah, definitely. 2 brand new teams taking the stage right here. But what is not brand new is the map, because once again, you've got Bind in the best of 1. It's the team's favorite maps, and slowly, I guess has to become our favorites. But now you see Ace Maniacs, they're on the attack. They're just slowly playing the attack, not looking to rush in, but now they're committing into A. They will push into elbow, and it's up to all the players in each team to prove themselves. Gunfight gets Darkslayer, takes one down, makes it 5v4 for X Factors. For Ace Maniacs, they've taken the site.
Indeed, down to a 3v3, but that's going to be Madara picking up a double kill, both headshots on that player. Pretty nice accuracy there, and Not Sai cleans it up. Double kill for him as well. And let's just have a quick look at the replay. But Team X Factors coming in with a huge bang. Now the attackers, they were charging through A short, which is pretty much a standard strategy when it comes to attacking on the side of Bind. But it looks like the defenders were really quick on their feet. Madara there being able to pick up the double, and Not Sai finding a double for himself as well. So both these members on the side of defenders, I'm going to be keeping my eye out for them. Pretty strong entrance.
Yeah, definitely. Really good rotations as well. And Darkslayer winning out that initial gunfight meant that they're able to just have the man advantage going into that retake. But what I'm really curious about is seeing sort of innovation from either of these teams, or innovation in this series in general, because there's not much change that has happened in the patch that we're playing on since Series 2 finals. So Bind's still very much, Breach still very much strong. We don't see him here. Instead, teams opting for very standard. But now, looking for a B shower entrance, Ace Maniacs just get taken down by Sticks. Should be an easy round for X Factor.
Indeed, down to the last man, and Eagle Eye going to be taken out by Sticks. Beautiful 3K there. And Team X Factors, you know, that was a round for them, considering that it wasn't equal for Ace Maniacs, but it was very well played, especially with that Jet sticks there, with the Spectre, great spray, stopping that attack. I do hope to see Ace Maniacs approaching the next round a little bit more unpredictable. So it's 2 times now that they've pushed down A shot. Let's see what they have in store for us there, CA.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the first 2 rounds it's okay to go for the A short push because you don't have your full buys yet, and the 3rd round when you're able to get your full weapons, you might start looking out for control of sites, get picks, and then look to move. I think Ace Maniacs looking to switch it up, but I'm not sure if they are looking to play safe and look for picks instead of looking to commit hard. 5 members down B, and it'll be not side taking 1 out, using the intangible and getting out himself.
Indeed, Ace Maniacs, 1 member down, full buys this time. Sage gonna get spotted out, and Notsai finds his next kill onto Siddharth there. Triple knock, just lurking in hookah. He's gonna be careful because he did hear the teleporter. Jet is in there, the dash is out while the Madara, meanwhile picking up the kill. Madara with the last one onto that Omen. And, you know, in round of 256, we often see one team dominate another in a really, you know, kind of harsh way, I would say. And Team X Factors, it looks like they kind of are on track to do that. We do know that Bind, the side of defense, is definitely more favorable to play on, especially that this map is very complex, but it is an extremely common pick in the early stages of the tournament. And why do you think that is, CA?
I think it's mainly because, like, Bind, the special thing about the map is that there's no really like perfect mid to control. The only like pseudo mid site is like near the B site in itself, and what that allows for teams is just sort of a little less coordination in where they want to attack and where they want to defend necessarily. It basically isolates the map into these 2 sort of battlegrounds where those like individual squads have to do the battle as compared to full-on coordination between both teams as might be required in a map like Split. So in the lower levels, I feel like teams, they just want to make sure they get like relatively easy matchups because they don't want to end up getting surprised because it's very hard to judge the skill of either. For now, B-side push again, and it's not Sly and Ball getting the open kills.
Wow, Wild with the double and Dark Slayer just to top it off. But Eagle Eye finds a man, Notsai there to wrap it up. Notsai has been consistently getting these frags in every single round. And especially he is on that Reyna, you know, that duelist pick we can see here. You know, he must be the fragger for the team. I mean, it's pretty obvious with the agent pick, but he's not failing at all. He's getting these kills, setting his team ahead. So that's really good. And Wild there with the double, very nicely played as well. Ace Maniacs, the first 2 rounds they did try for A shot. Now they tried for B side. I think they've got to get a little bit more creative there. Now let's take a look at the defense. We do see that 3 members will be stationed at A, pretty standard when it comes to approaching Bind. But Ace Maniacs looking to approach this a little bit differently, and there seems to be a Showers push coming in, but Wild will be using the spy cam, and it seems like X Factors will have that information. The blue bot is out, Sticks will take it down and just reposition himself here. Madara finds 1 kill, and Madara finds the double. That leaves 3 on the side of Ace Maniacs. That's going to be a 3rd kill for Madara as Sticks chimes in as well. Now, triple knock with the ultimate. He's right in the back. Will he find this kill? He wouldn't, and that is Sticks, bringing the defenders with a total of 5 rounds for themselves.
I have to say, I'm not a fan of that Omen ultimate towards the end. Like, ulting into the heaven of the site that your team is already attacking it and losing it. I at least prefer the Omen ultimate to go towards the CT spawn in itself or the different sites, so you can try to look for a flank, or you can just go for a plant and then flank. But right now, it's as we've said, Team X Factors, they just look really strong. And on a point that you mentioned about Notsai, I really like the way he's using the Reyna because he plays forward and then uses the E intangible to just reposition himself after he gets the kills. Looks like he's got a really smart and calm head on his shoulders.
Yeah, what's interesting is that X Factors, they seem very aggressive. They do have 2 duelists and 1 initiator, kind of standard 2, but they don't have the Brimstone, and usually Brimstone is a star pick when it comes to Bind. Now Ace Maniacs, Siddhartha finds the first kill, and Notsai going down. This is the first glimpse of Ace Maniacs possibly looking a little dominant here, but kill for kill, Madara with the Hunter's Fury manages to find Bobo. And that leaves a
You will not
3-3
kill my
situation.
ally.
Interesting for Ace Maniacs to pick up this
remaining.
Sage, but he falls as Darkslayer finds a triple. And here it is, last man standing, triple knock just lurking an elbow with only 41 HP. And there it is, the last kill, Darkslayer with the 4th. Nicely done on that Omen, but Team X Factors, they're looking pretty solid.
Yeah, they look like they understand their roles perfectly, as you mentioned, right? They don't have the classic Brimstone. They don't even have the really strong Breach on their team. All of them going for picks that I feel like they understand and they play properly. And you can see that level on comfort on them. I think there's definitely a bit of mechanical skill disparity between X Factors and Ace Maniacs. Because for X Factors, you see constant headshots and one-taps. And for Ace Maniacs, it's just not on the same page. But having said that, as you said before, Bind slightly defensive favored, so we've seen how well teams who are not as good in the first half turn around in the second half. So maybe Ace Maniacs will be able to do that.
Indeed, yeah. It depends on the sides, which teams do excel, whether it's on the defensive side or the attack side. But if you're on your least comfortable side, you definitely have to pick up a few rounds so you have a fighting chance. But Team X Factors just really dominant. We haven't seen Ace Maniacs come close to even a plant, and I think that should be their next goal. If they aren't able to take this game, they should look for another step, kind of guarantee that they are changing it up. But Sticks, their beautiful double kill, picking it up, dashing into position and catching a member from Ace Maniacs completely off guard. Only 2 left, and 14 HP for the Jet here. Inferno gonna push through showers, and we see all the defenders, they have rotated. Now Siddhartha does fall to not side. Inferno, last man standing, and Styx finds the triple kill. Really looking good coming up from the Jet and Reyna from the side of Team X Factors.
Yeah, they've sort of separated the duelist, one each in both sides. And what I really like about Team X Factors is that every single round they're switching up their positioning, not letting Ace Maniacs just sort of catch a breath and try to predict something. From the side of Ace Maniacs, it's just really small errors that are ending up like costing them a lot. Because, like for example, in the last round in the shower right there, just one person approaching into the shower, into side A, with the other person way back behind him. If they went together, they could have avoided it. But that's okay, because right now, X Factors, they just have all the momentum in their favor, especially with the first blood.
Indeed, I do love the early rounds of tournaments. You get to see these teams, in the spotlight, and sometimes it's kind of a treat to watch. But Darkslayer there gets the triple kill. Very nicely done. Great defense here on A shot. He's going to dash out the Paranoia and take out. And there it is, the 4th kill for Darkslayer. He could actually go for the ace, but he's going to back away actually. Triple knock is right around the corner. And let's see what he will be able to do here, just inching in very slowly. All of his teammates are down. He can basically just see their bodies there. And the spike is in... It's going to be hard to retrieve that because all of X Factors, you can't see that they're looking at it. But this is going to be the Omen pushing in. It's going to be Omen versus Omen. But that's the ace from Darkslayer. Nicely done on the side of X Factors. But that was great. That was a great ace.
Yeah, that was an amazing ace. He just basically held down a short all by himself and made sure that they're not able to get past. Constant just headshots on headshots, showing his caliber. As you said, right, it's really nice seeing teams like this in the earlier rounds because we sort of get to see them in their comfort before they move on into later rounds, and so the pressure starts piling up, the difficulty starts rising.
Cover going out. Cover going out. Stealing sight.
The key thing is to make sure that they're able to get a round back for themselves and try to get some momentum in their favor, get the confidence back for them, and then they should be able to push through. Because once they get to the defensive side, I feel like they might just be a little bit better, especially with the Sage in that lineup.
Indeed, Sage has kind of fallen off, but here we can see the 9th round secured for Team X Factors. But yeah, Ace Maniacs bringing out the Sage must be a comfort for them, but with the heavy nerfs to this agent, you know, I still can't quite see, or we haven't quite seen, a team being able to utilize this particular agent in a very effective way, even through the course of Series 2, which has just recently been over, so now we're into Series 3. But pretty cool. Ace Maniacs, you know, they should, hopefully they can get at least one round. X Factor's just so dominant. Darkslayer, Madara, Notsai, Styx, all of them are performing relatively well, but we will see the op on Styx this time. Notsai finds a kill of the Eagle Eye. It's going to be Siddhartha. Does carry the Ares Inferno, just lingering around B short, and we have triple knock. And this time Ace Maniacs is going to take it a step at a time. Empress popped by Notsai, as he does kind of figure that there is some bodies right around the corner. But Notsai peeking, spots one, and there it is. Falls down, Wild ready to back him up, but he goes down. Notsai manages to secure the triple kill. Will it be his turn to get an ace? You know, his teammate got one. It could be him now, but Inferno moving into hookah. Notsai waiting for the opportunity. This could be a Quadra. Shows himself, and that is the fourth kill of the triple knock. Will he get the ace? Not quite, because Darkslayer's then chained down the last man. And that is going to be double digits for Team X Factors. Does carry the...
Yeah, that's huge by Team X Factors right there. They're just able to outperform their opponents, Ace Maniacs, right now in every single duel that happens. They have the better aim, they have the better game sense too, because in the way they're able to constantly switch up their position. Like last round they went for, in the 7th round they went for the B short rush. This time they positioned themselves in B long, just playing mind games with their opponent, their prey, so to say, at this point. For Ace Maniacs, if they can even get one round back for themselves in the first half, it would mean a ton, because every part of playing in a competitive tournament like this is about learning and making yourself better, not just as a player, but as a team overall. So for Ace Maniacs, this is about learning as much as they can, taking whatever they can from this matchup, and then coming back next time.
Indeed, and this is going to be pretty cool to see how X Factors is going to continue throughout the tournament if they do take this here. I mean, you know, I don't want to lean too much towards the favor of a particular team, but X Factors, you cannot deny that they have come in with huge dominance. And, you know, even when they lose their members, there's still plenty of them left alive. Well, at least, you know, 2 or 3. Ace Maniacs definitely struggling here. But let's see, you know, one round. That's what we usually hope for the teams that kind of face a kind of skill mismatch. Hopefully Ace Maniacs can take one for themselves, and that would mean that, hey, they're able to adapt, they're able to at least get one round away from the defenders. But it seems like a little bit of a pause here, and some tech difficulties, but not to worry, we will get back into the game. But looking here on the scoreboard, you see Notsai and Darkslayer, both 14 kills, really dominant. And, you know, we usually... You know, we see all sorts of dominant players, but it's particularly cool when you see a very dominant player on an agent that has a specific role, like a controller or a sentinel.
Yep. Yeah, it just shows the skill of that player. Like, we've seen a lot of this from players like Samura Kunji, for example. When he's not playing his Raze, he's very sort of aggressive even with the other picks. And I think it just comes from pure game sense, because we've seen Darkslayer in a bunch of different positions. Earlier in the round, he was holding down the Char's angle. Later, he's holding down the short angle, which is where he also got his ace. So it's really cool to see that, like, the team as a whole is definitely extremely skilled, and I'm just excited to see what they're able to do going forward in the tournament, because this is not a team that we've seen before on stream. So it's going to be really interesting to see how well they're able to adapt. But for Ace Maniacs, it's, as you said, in situations like these, I feel like just getting the round can mean a lot of confidence for a particular team. It could inspire a comeback, though I feel like that is perhaps a little too far gone. But even if it doesn't inspire like a literal comeback win, it can inspire this sort of comeback round win streak, which gives you a ton of confidence to pursue competitive like gaming in general.
Indeed. Now, Team X Factors, we do see everyone just hopping around and waiting for the game to start, and hopefully we'll be back really soon. And I think it will take about another couple of minutes for it to start. But CA, you know, coming into Series 3, I felt that Series 2 ended off with the bang, and we managed to see a lot of different teams come up and whatnot. We do know that there has been a little bit of a difference in terms of the teams participating for this particular tournament. So, if you could give a few words of advice to these upcoming teams here in Series 3 trying to take the title for themselves, what would it be? What do you think it takes for teams to just make it through all the way to the end?
The most important thing for any team in such a series in general, or even a tournament, is dedication. You have to believe. You have to believe that you've got what it takes, even if you don't, because the only way to learn and improve is being dedicated to the idea of getting better and better. In Series 3 especially, as you mentioned, a couple names not necessarily with us, this is a huge chance, and I say that in a literal sense because our prize pool having gone up is just a huge chance for teams to get a share for themselves, taste victory in general, and come back with that taste in their head I want more. And that's what I want to see from teams, just that desire and dedication for more.
Indeed, and it seems like the attackers have moved out of their base. Looks like everyone is alive and moving. And we should get back into the game very shortly, yes. But we do see the Ace Maniacs. They are planning to jump just a little bit. Might be a B-long takeover, judging from the fact that 4 of their members are just stacked up here. And 1 member to push in Hookah, and that's going to be Brimstone. He's got to be careful because not Sai on that Reyna. He will be right around the corner. And the interesting thing about Bind is that, we mentioned that it doesn't have a mid area. It's just A site and B site, and there's 2 entrances onto the sites from when you're coming from attack. And the utilization of teleporters are usually the most important thing here in Bind. We haven't quite seen Ace Maniacs in the past 10 rounds kind of utilize those teleporters. We have seen Team X Factors. They have used it to kind of follow up and just kind of mow down the attackers. So hopefully now that the pause is done, we will see something pretty cool coming out from the side of the attack.
Maniacs, they also have 4 ultimates ready for them, so they can go for a rush, use the Sage ultimate to revive somebody, use the Showstopper from the Raze to clear out an angle, and then even if you're doing that not to take side control, just make a lot of noise, you have the Omen ultimate to switch. But right now, all 5 of them down site B, 3 members down B long, looking to get a pick for themselves before they commit hard. But them going into Hookah right here when not Sai will spoil it, he jumps off just before they walk in. The Trapfire still gets them. Sorry, the camera still gets them. Oh no, it was the recombo getting them. And this should give knowledge to the rest of the team. But you see, Team X Factors, they're very calm about it. They know their members can hold it down. So not full rotations just yet.
Indeed, Sai will find the first kill. That's going to be Darkslayer. Try make it. So does Wild. 3 kills with 3 different members. Wild with a double. And Sai finds his second kill. Flawless round for Team X Factors. They are feeling it. They're in it to win. And they take the 11th round for themselves.
Team X Factors looking really, really strong here. Small things to know for them is just they have these lineups even set up for themselves. The Cypher has particular cage lineups, which to me shows what I was talking about earlier, in the sense it shows dedication. They've practiced for this matchup and they're coming into this round well prepared and knowing what it's gonna take for them to get to the next round. I genuinely appreciate that in every single team when I get to just sort of see practice just pan out and them getting the deserved rewards because of that practice.
Indeed, and even the speed of their rotation is really quick. And let's see how they're going to answer to this with this full-on attack. Darkslayer takes down Inferno, who had the Bladestorm on hand, and finds Eagle Eye. That's 2 kills. Styx chimes in with Operator, and that's really well for him. 3rd kill for Darkslayer. Last man standing, out of bullets. But Siddhartha will go down. He does find a kill. That will be the 12th round for Team X Factors in this last round before the swap. So Ace Maniacs hanging by the thread. Let's see if they will do anything in the next round with switching a pistol round side swap as well. But very nicely played on the side of Team X Factors.
12-0 for Team X Factors, and now it's for Ace Maniacs. I feel like it's a question of ruining Team X Factors perfect streak and getting a round for themselves. See if they're able to do that on the second half. For Team X Factors though, it's a question of whether or not they're able to get that 13-0, because getting a 13-0 in, like, even though it's a round of 256, it means so much for your team. It just sort of reminds you that, hey, we're in it to win it and we're doing really well with our ideology and our game plan. So right now, it's both teams trying to win this pistol round for themselves and establish a mark for themselves. Ace Maniac in this game, Team X Factors in this tournament. We'll see who's able to do what, but right now it's X Factors going down B.
Indeed, a very heavily one-sided match here. 12 points for Team X Factors. This time they will be on the side of attack. We can't see that the Brimstone and the Omen station here on B side, and Triple Knock might just get into a little bit of trouble, and he does fall to Wild. Now Eagle Eye taken out from the back, and that is Team X Factors looking to wrap it up. Looks like it's not much of a chance for Ace Maniac's Madara here. Just watching the entrance into defender side spawn. And that's a full-on takeover. Spike plant immediately for Team X Factors. Now Darkslayer trading 2 bullets. Wild will find a kill. And that is going to be the last kill. Wrapping it up, Darkslayer. Team Ace as well. And Team X Factors, they move over to the round of 128. Great start for this team. And Ace Maniacs, I guess, you know, a little better luck next time, but they did try to fight. We could see the fighting spirit in them. They kept trying to change up how they approach the rounds. And that was cool to see. Hopefully next time for them.
Yeah, definitely. I think they definitely have the capability. It's just a question for the team to go back and look at their overall team strategies, because, for example, in the last round, when you have a Sage walling up A short, you really don't need 3 members down at A. You can instead stack 3 members down at B, even look to play aggressively. It feels like while the team definitely has like individual players capable, they've not necessarily put much thought into team strategy as a whole, so it'll be really exciting to see what they're able to take away from this game and come back. But 13-0 is amazing for X Factors.
Indeed, and Darkslayer, he was at the top of the scoreboard, so very nicely played. Pretty good omen. And I'm looking forward to see how far Team X Factors will go in this tournament. But congratulations, you guys have made it over to the round of 128. And now let's move into Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, powered by 4000 series Ryzen processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Wow, we got a whole new Relive the Moment, but here it is. And this is when we will go through a few highlights from the match that we just watched and just talk a little bit about it. But, you know, skill mismatch here, it does happen in the round of 256. It was a pretty big stomping from the side of X Factors. I do feel that they could sharpen up a little bit when it comes to maybe their raw aim, the mechanics a little bit there. But other than that, I think that X Factors, they kind of got the whole team concept down because their rotations were really quick. The moment they got information, the moment they got sound cues, they were really quick to just readjust themselves and just completely, you know, take over Ace Maniacs. It was a clean sweep, 13-0.
Yeah, especially with the weight, and they're flawless 13-0 in the last round. That's gonna give a ton of confidence to Team X Factors. But yeah, as you said, right, there's just these tiny nuances that they can definitely clean up, work on. We'll see if they're able to do just that, because they'll need that when they keep moving on to the later stages. But this replay right here is what I was talking about in the earlier stage of the map. Like, you'll see right here, he'll get this kill onto the Sage, then use the intangible perfectly to get out of sight. I really appreciate when Reynas are able to, in the moment, decide between whether or not you want to use the heal or the intangible ability as per the moment. I think it shows a lot of sort of just in-game decision making, which is a huge quality to have for any competitive player.
Indeed, and Team X Factors, they were pretty clean as well against Ace Maniacs. But, you know, moving on to the round of 28, it does mean that you do inch over closer to the end of the tournament, basically. But Team X Factors, competition is only going to get tougher for them. And if they do meet a juggernaut of a team, that will be the true test of themselves, how strong they really are, and will they be able to put up the same brilliant performance here against Ace Maniacs. So, you know, congratulations once again to Team X Factors. Really well done. And up next, we actually have another match. Remember, we will be streaming 3 games a day, and we will have a lot more on the weekends. But up next, it will be Global Esports versus Thunderstorm. So Global Esports, a team we're so familiar with, they did place second in Series 2. And Thunderstorm, this is going to be a tough one for them. So I'm pretty excited to see how that's going to pan out. Remember, guys, this is the LG Ultragear TEC Challengers Series 3, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. So sit back, relax, grab a snack, and stick around. We'll be back with game number 2 very short.
Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 3, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. We're back with game number 2, and this time I'm very excited to introduce the new edition that will be casting throughout the entirety of this tournament. It is aggressive all the way from Bangladesh. How are you feeling joining us this time?
Very nervous, to say the very least, because I'm joined with casters such as you and C, and I'm like the third favorite caster right now in this entire tournament entirely. So I'm worried as hell. And some of you may know me if you ever played Paladins Champions of the Realm. I used to cast a lot of the Southeast Asian tournaments that happened there, so that's one thing. But other than that, hopefully my Paladin casting doesn't make you want to die or something. But let's go forward into the match. And this is going to be a match versus Global Esports and Thunderstorm Gaming. Global Esports being the second ranking team on the last series right now.
Yeah.
And they're the favorites right now going into this. And Thunderstorm Gaming, they are pretty much the underdogs. But who knows? Maybe the underdogs have something to pull against the big dogs right now. So we
Indeed.
would never know.
Yeah, Global Esports having placed second, and our previous champions, unfortunately they won't be around here in Series 3. So Global Esports is going to be the new team that most of us are going to look at as, hey, they could be the potential champions of Series 3. And what's really interesting about Global Esports is that they have also been through a little bit of a roster change. And, we do remember Hellfighter and Deathmaker, two very loved players from Global Esports, but they won't be playing this time in Series 3. It's going to be Black Hawk and SK Rossi, two really good additions. We did hear about SK Rossi being a Radiant ranked player, so he's going to definitely pull off some moves. It's his debut as well, so I'm really pumped. Thunderdogs going up against such a juggernaut of a team, it's going to be a tough one, but like you mentioned, the underdogs could do anything, but Global Esports, they're definitely leaning towards the side of victory. If you could give a few words of advice to Thunderstorm, what would it be on how they should approach this match?
Thunderstorm Gaming, the one thing that I would give them is just to be not nervous for the fact that yes, you may lose, but you may just win. We never know, but take this as a learning experience. Maybe you get kicked out of this series, but the experience that you gain from this top level team, you can apply it to your own team. And the next series, you may just become the next Global Esports. You never know. So I would always say that, okay, you guys should at the very least learn from it. Don't really focus on winning if you don't have the capabilities. If you feel like you don't have the capabilities, at least learn from what you are going to play from here. Learn from their positioning, learn from their strats, and apply them to your own games as you're moving forward into the match.
Indeed, a lot of the top teams that we have seen in the Challenges series, they do watch the replays, they do constantly revise and get any bit of help from all these games that we are streaming. And if you guys particularly enjoy and want to keep up with all the games that we will show live here on our YouTube channel, do like and subscribe, click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. And you can check out the links in our description. You can go for a little bit of shopping if you do want to upgrade any of your setup. So as the teams prepare, we will go into the match very shortly. Just to put a little note, the third game that we will have after this particular match, it will be Exceedly Esports versus Psy Gaming. So if you want to watch that, do stick around. But back onto Global Esports versus Thunderstorm. We talked about how big of a team Global Esports is, how strong they are, and it's going to be really cool to see the two newest additions to the roster. How Global Esports are going to play is their play style going to be the same. They used to be, relatively aggressive. They had a very strong duelist skills is one of them, and he's definitely going to keep that up. And now with SK Rossi, he is a strong player. It's going to be cool to see how he's going to be able to display that skill and how Black Hawk is going to fit in. Hellfighter's no longer there, so that means one of the main Sentinels controllers for Global Esports that light will be shifted onto the two brand new players. And Thunderstorm, you know, I'm not going to completely write it off. I'm still going to put a little bit of hope in this team if they're going to be able to take this win or not. But it seems like both the teams are ready to rumble. We are going to go into this match very shortly. And here we can see Global Esports will be on the side of defense and Thunderstorm on the side of attack. Let's just pull up the scoreboard real quick and have a look at which players are on which agent. And there it is, Hellranger, this time on a duelist. We have seen him so much on controllers. Kappa with the signature, Silver pick, Black Hawk, he will be the Omen, definitely filling that in. And Skills, no longer the duelist. It seems like Skills and Hellranger has, you know, made a position change. They have very different agents, taken each other's signature agent. And SK Rossi, no more Deathmaker on the Jet. It's going to be him on that duelist pick. So gonna be really cool. They will be starting outside the defense. Let's see how Thunderstorm is gonna make an entrance here aggressive.
This is gonna be a heavy retake from their side, and Thunderstorm, they are looking out for blood, but this is a heavy stack, and they may just get caught out with GE Kappa on the side as well. With the shock darts going out from B main. It's going to be very interesting to see how they actually take it. But with Hellranger coming in from the side on short, he has the big flank on. He gets that first one tap from the side. And he already has the information. Everyone is that side of B long right now. And the damage is just kicking in. 2 kills for this man going in. With G Kappa taking another one. And the Jet just runs in from the side. Gets a clean headshot onto the Reina and just takes her down. This is just a slaughter fest for the first round. And a really good take coming out from Global Esports.
I mean, that would come out from one of the best teams we have witnessed in the entirety of this TEC Challengers series. But Hellranger here getting the first 2 kills, and we can aggressively see Global Esports just charge from B side right into main, and there they pick up all the kills. But there, Rossi, he will just top it all off. Great entrance and dominant performance as always from Global Esports.
I think the main problem with Thunderstorm was that they were very indecisive of what they were going to do. Look at them just running around outside, just all together. They're not really sure of what they need to do in these certain scenarios. They need to take a side, they need to take an angle. But just as I say that, Jet comes in from the side and takes down 2. Rossi just cleaning up house, one after the next. He has a judge in hand. He does not care. This man is tense. And he's just going to run them down with the judge in hand. And yes, he's showing no mercy. He's like, you are the meat, I am the grinder. I'm just gonna plow through you entirely.
SK Rossi, the Jet with the judge. Oh my gosh, the Jet judge. He was the judge.
He was the judge.
Yeah, with 4 very brilliant kills. Wow. Just so dominant here. He didn't care. And, you know, we saw a force buy come out from Thunderstorm, and I don't think that was quite the right thing to do, considering that, you know, when you do approach the second round, you want to go for an eco. We have had feedback. Oh my goodness, the paranoia goes on to 3 members. Rossi finds the first kill, and Thunderstorm in a little bit of a pickle as they are all just wrapped up in a lobby. Now Rossi makes his entrance through, finds 3 kills, and he's gonna updraft 4. Not gonna find the 5th, but Hellranger there to just wrap it up. 3 rounds, and Rossi. You know, it's one thing to be dominant, aggressive, but when you're just being flashy and just going in so deep, not giving a crap, you know, we saw a molly drop, and he was right on top of him, but still picking up the frags.
Rossi is just overconfident or anything else, but this man is showing why he is a goddamn Radiant player. Look at the pristine aim. His microflicks and readjustments are perfect. Even with a shotgun, you really do need to know your enemy's position and you need to flick onto them properly. And he's showing that he has no fear. He's showing how much skill he has. And as you said, it is his debut game, so he is going out with a bang right now with a judge in hand. He has no fear. Finally gets taken down from DNAF right now, but what do we say in this situation? Again, it's a very slow take. Two members down from the side of Thunderstorm, and already the flank coming in. Ranger coming in from the side. He is looking for blood right now. Takes 2 kills from the side, and again, Global Esports take another round. And the round counter has just gone up so quickly, and I honestly thought we just started casting, and it seems like it's already over.
I mean, it does happen in the round of 256, and you know, if we're talking about experience, I remember back in Series 2, when we Series 1 as well actually. When we did start off these tournaments, there were some teams that, you know, they go up against the juggernauts and they actually just take it really gracefully. They know what they're up against. They kind of feel like, hey, you know, we want to get better, but we aren't quite there yet. And having such tough competition so early in the game, they just take it as a great experience. And hopefully Thunderstorm does the same. And Rossi there, 5 kills. Skills chimes in, and that's gonna be a triple for Skills. The two buddies of the team. Great dominance, but that's gonna be 5 rounds for Global Esports.
Skills and Rossi, the dynamic duo right now, they're just running through them. And everyone else on Global Esports is probably like, hey, boys, give me some kills as well. Stop slaughtering them, boys. I need some kills right now. But honestly, the main issue I think with Thunderstorm right now, if I'm being frank, is it's less about mechanical aim and more about being decisive and making the proper decisions right now. As we can see, they're all just stacking up onto one side. They're not taking any form of map control. Like, look at Global Esports. They have all the map control in the entire world right now. And with no map control, this is just a slaughter fest. They're just getting flanked from one side and they're getting insert from every single angle. Kakashi gets one pick, but will it be enough with SK Rossi hunting them down from the back lines right now? He's already just sitting there. He's coming for it, but finally gets taken down by Mikal right now on the back end. And this may just be the one round they get right now. 3 versus 3 scenario right now. They're pushing up slowly, coming out from the same main side. And this may just spell some doom from Global Esports. Getting a bit too overconfident and may just be able to find it with the res going down as well. Ordinary guy gets taken out, but Blackhawk's already coming in from the side. 2 digs to the head, he takes him down. Another A-main push coming out as well. Blackhawk's probably going to be able to find it. Does take the TP onto the side. This may just be what they would need, but 2 versus 3 scenario right now. And it seems as though Thunderstorm is going in for another rotate, but Scales is already in waiting right now for the rotation. Will they be able to find that the B plan does go through? The Omen does take the does use the ultimate to go onto the B side, but Skills is very quick on this take. 2 HP and a dream right now for Skills. He's gonna be able to find the headshot. Bomb planter does go down, and Kakashi, the only one left. Who knows? Maybe pulling up a ninjutsu right now, but gets revealed by the sonar from the Sova. And 13 seconds left on the clock, and it seems like it's not gonna be a clutch coming out from Thunderstorm.
Indeed, you know, they saw a glimpse of hope there when it was down to a 3v3, but it was a bit of a questionable push into A side, and Blackhawk there will find the last kill, 4 in total, and that was his time. That was his spotlight. So Blackhawk definitely blending in really good with Global Esports. I'm looking very it's looking really good, and I'm very excited. This change for Global Esports, it is leaning in a very positive direction. But Thunderstorm there, you know, trying to charge into a site out of, you know, dark covers or smokes. You gotta be quick with your aim. You gotta be quick with the takedowns. And Blackhawk, he was just crouching right in the corner, picks up 2 kills, and that's where Thunderstorm kind of saw their glimpse of hope just crumble. And Global Esports, they took the lead again. They're very quick to rotate, and that's gonna be Rossi. He will be the AWPer this time for Global Esports. Finds kills with Skills, and Deda here tossing in the nades. Will he find the kill? Not quite. Not just yet. Paranoia does blind him, but Rossi finds a kill. So does Dead. And that's going to be 2 for the Rays on the side of Thunderstorm as he backs away. But Rossi comes in from the back, takes his head, triple kill. Nicely done. 7 rounds strong for Global Esports.
This just feels really sad. First of all, Rossi came in with the judge. Now he just came in with the off. Like, what else do you want to throw at these guys? Suddenly we see Ares and Odin Vice comes out of nowhere, and we are like, oh god, not like this. Not like this to a new team. But honestly speaking, like, there are some hope for Thunderstorm Gaming. Not against this team, of course, but in the near future, if they try and learn from their mistakes. First of all, eco rounds. Very important. First concept that you need to learn is you need to know how to do eco rounds. And that's primarily what they're doing wrong, I would say. Thunderstorm, they don't even have proper guns to take these fights with Global Esports, forgetting about mechanical aim or anything right now. And that's really the biggest factor. And a lot of turrets and a lot of utility on this back end right now. And already Blackhawk's coming in from the side, just taking down 2 more people from the front. Hellranger coming in from the back, and it's just a pincer from the side. Hellranger, another kill, and a good well-placed headshot on the Kakashi, and a good spray control to take him down again from the same main side. And what else can I say? It's just a slaughterhouse, more or less.
Indeed, you know, Hellranger, I like the way that he came in from the back to play that. He did drop the molly in case that he would get his health shot down, but Thunderstorm, they were just all choked up in lobby, and Hellranger just taking out all that utility from the Killjoy, and just, you know, he's not in the radius of the lockdown, so that's a really great way to play, and then just finding the triple kill flawlessly done for all of Global Esports. And 8 rounds strong, it could be quite a bit of a stomping. Just like the first game we saw today.
Quite a bit of a stomping. And first game at least was a decently long, but this game just feels as though it's just gonna be running in one after the next, headshot after headshot. Hellranger, he's feeling it right now.
That was a bit of deja vu. Triple kill at a lobby again there.
Yeah, that is absolutely deja vu, and a good flash coming out from his side, and an ace for Hellranger right now, making him, let's say, I don't know what to say. Hellranger is just cleaning up house one after the next, and he's trying to get the spotlight away from Rossi. We know for a fact. He's like, you kids, sit down. This is my team. I gotta show you the ropes right now, and that's why he's just running in and taking the aces away from him.
I mean, if you think about Global Esports and, you know, a potential poster boy for them, it is definitely Hellranger. He has been with the organization for the longest time, and they're picking up the ace. And the fact that Hellranger is now on a duelist and not a controller, that has sparked my interest so much. And he's doing great here on the duelist. We normally ever see Hellranger so aggressive, and he's not the one to pick up multiple frags, but he's showing that he is very much capable for this position here with Global Esports. But Rossi spams with the ghost, spots his next target, and that is not going to be a kill. Mikkel finds him. Hellranger takes out Kakashi, and Blackhawk will wrap it up. Double digits for Global Esports. But yeah, very strong performance and huge skill mismatch, but hey, what can I say? It still is entertaining.
It still is entertaining. It's basically like watching someone play Abe Labs, but in Valorant instead. At one point, of course, but honestly speaking, as I said, like, raw fundamental problems coming out from Thunderstorm, not really anything much to say. They just need to work on their fundamentals. Valorant as a game, people just focus on aim way too often, and that is one of the primary faults that I find whenever I see a new player. They say that my aim is horrible and stuff like that, but you don't really need expert level of aim to even reach like Radiant. Sorry, not Radiant, I mean Immortal. Like, I've seen Immortal players have subpar aim, but their game sense are just so dominant that they can get there so easily. And just as I say that, Global Esports just take another round, and I'm like, do I need to even talk right now?
That goes there.
But Global Esports there, really dominant, and Thunderstorm. Let's see how they approach this last round before the swap. But yeah, just to elaborate on the point that you had, that you just made. Thunderstorm here, you know, there are a lot of components into what makes a great team. Communication is one, your raw aim, your mechanics, how you incorporate all of that and work with 4 other players and yourself. Thunderstorm there, it looks like they need a little bit of work, but you know, it's possible with dedication. You can't say it's impossible for everybody, but that's gonna be skills. The first kill on Linster. Now Blackhawk using very aggressively. Rossi finds the second kill on Kakashi, and Thunderstorm down to 2 members. 1-for-1 trade there. Not too bad. And we can see that Thunderstorm, you know, they are progressing. Oh God. My goodness, Rossi.
Oh God, Rossi.
That Satchel just... the race just gets boosted up. But, oh my goodness, we have to see that in the replay. But yeah, Thunderstorm, they've got to work on the many different components into what makes you a strong player and a strong team player. But after Rossi here, picking up that second kill, and the Reyna does go down as well. Mikkel, 1-for-1 trade, but here is dead. The Satchel pushes him up, and Global Esports, Rossi, so quick to put a dagger right into his head. 12 rounds, match point for Global Esports.
This is a quick shot from Abe Labs right now for Rossi. He's just running around finding targets and just shooting them. He gives like no damns. He's not playing Valorant anymore. This is his casual day of aim training.
Find you again
in this case, but honestly speaking, Global Esports, they're gonna be cleaning up house, but hopefully, like at the very least, Thunderstorm Gaming is just gonna learn something at the very least from what they're seeing right now. But Hellranger, he like gives no damns. He's just running there on the side, flash in hand. Does get taken out by the Roomba, but still there is a chance. But with Rossi getting that pick off, 4 versus 3 scenario right now, and they're still stuck onto this A side. And the side has been completely taken over. Ordinary Guy tries to get something on the Kappa, but Kappa takes him down. And Mikal coming in from the side, eye in hand, but probably gets picked up by Rossi, but is able to survive for just a little while longer. Skills and Rossi peek them together, and that triple peak just takes house, and Global Esports take the match at a very convincing pace, I would say.
Indeed, 13-0, clean sweep against Thunderstorm. It was a great match, I would say, for Thunderstorm to experience. They can definitely have a lot of takeaways. They definitely also witnessed how Global Esports managed to, just take them by surprise every single time. So, hey, tournaments like this, it's a window of opportunity for many players and teams to try their hand at competitive. And Thunderstorm, today is not your lucky day, but great performance and GG, well played. Congratulations to Global Esports for making it over to the round of 128. So, I totally enjoyed that game. It was a stomping, but hey, I'm happy to be back with Series 3. Now let's just move very quickly into Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook powered by 4000 Series Ryzen Processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. We're just going to talk a little bit more about what went down. And, let's put a little bit more focus here on Global Esports. Thunderstorm, it was a skill mismatch, and they kind of just lost completely, 13-0 to Global Esports. Let's talk about the strong points and the newest additions, what they have managed to show us today. And I'm just going to put a little bit of light on Hellranger and Skills having swapped their roles in this team composition. Hellranger on Duelist, he just looks so crisp, so clean, being able to pick up all these multi-kills. I am definitely looking at Hellranger to keep this kind of consistency up in this new, very aggressive approach he's taking here in CP3.
I would say that Hellranger right now, I used to watch him in Series 2, of course, and in Series 2, I saw him have those sparks. When you know that the player has a spark of being something incredible, it felt as though he was very held back from his role, because as a controller, you need to survive. You cannot really make those plays. As a duelist, even if you die, it really doesn't matter if you get 1 or 2 kills in the side. And Hellranger is showing that he has no fear. He has the aim, he has the talent, he will take them down. And especially with this person like Ross on his side, even if he dies, he has a very well-oiled teammate that can actually take his place, if he ever dies in any of these scenarios. And he can make those risky plays. He can make the plays for his own teammates. And with this new addition, I feel as though Global Esports is just way stronger in general right now.
Indeed, and Skills was also the type of player to just frag for completely no reason. He has brilliant aim, and Skills was definitely a huge contributing factor into the success of Global Esports. So Skills now taking the Cypher, it's pretty cool because he can rely on his raw skill, but at the same time, take more of a position where it allows himself to be, the man at the back, the last man standing.
The clutch player.
Yeah,
as I said, Skills as a player, I've seen him perform extremely well on almost every single solo scenario. If you put him in a 1v5 or a 1v4 or a 1v1 in general, he is going to show what he can do. Because in those scenarios, there is nothing that he needs to worry about. There is no team, there is no nothing. It's just him, 5 other heads, and he just needs to click on them heads. That's all he needs to do in those scenarios. And he has that level of confidence, and he can do it. And that's what we're going to be seeing from this new Global Esports. And I'm really excited to see what they're going to be bringing to the table right now. New strats, new strat books, and eventually a new agent, maybe? Who knows? So let's see what can happen in these cases.
Indeed. So once again, congratulations to Global Esports for making it over to the round of 128. And better luck next time, Thunderstorm. We hope to see you again in Series 4. Now, this is the LG Ultragear TEC Challengers Series 3, powered by Idea Gaming and AMD, with ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. If you are enjoying the action, do stay tuned. We have Exceedly Esports versus Psy Gaming coming up. So do stick around. Remember to like, subscribe, click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live throughout the entirety of this tournament. Do follow our socials as well, as we have daily updates on the games that will be up on the stream, so you can stay completely updated. So remember, do follow. And as we prep for game number 3, sit back, relax. We'll be here with you guys very short.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young, baby, while we're young, baby, while we're
glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 3, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. I'm back. I'm CA, your host and caster for this final game, joined by, you already know him, Aggressive from the last game, with as our caster and analyst. I'm really hyped for Game 3. How are you feeling, Aggressive?
Game 3 is going to be really interesting, to say the very least. These two teams are much more of the underdogs in the series. We saw the big dogs last few rounds, and this is just going down to the underdogs. And hopefully there's going to be a lot more even matches at the very least, I would say, because last two matches left something to be desired for. Won't you say so, C?
Yeah, I mean, so now we have Team Tani Peak versus Team Well-Knowns. And I would say Tani Peak a bit more well-known because from Series 2, Tani Peak, they reached the round of 32. Team Well-Knowns, we don't really know much about them, but given their name, I'm hoping that they're looking to make a really solid mark coming into the series. And beating a top 32 team from Series 2, that would be an outstanding way to do just that. So we'll see what they're able to pull off. What are you looking forward to most from teams like this at this stage? Like, we saw a lot of sort of reserved gameplay. We saw a couple of Sages in Game 1 and Game 2, not what we're going to see at all in the later stages. Like, do you think that teams can be a bit more creative, a bit more sort of feisty, so to say?
As this is the round of 256, like, there's still a lot of things that can happen. Maybe some spicy picks come out. Maybe we're going to see even a Viper. That's what I want to see coming out from one of these teams right now. Maybe a Viper. Maybe they are trying something different. And as one of the teams is from round 32, I really am looking forward to see what they are actually going to bring to the table right now. Maybe something different. Maybe some different strats. Maybe they have a new plan even. Like, they have practiced over the month that they had the break on. So who knows? They may just bring something new to the table.
Yeah, Team Tani Peak, they looked brilliant in the last series before they were stopped by Exotic Nexus in the round of 32. They'll definitely be looking to improve on their finish from round 1. But now going into the match, looking at the compositions, once again, a Sage for their team that is not necessarily well known. I'm not a big fan of this Sage. Like, I have to say, like, I understand like the comfort, the utility, especially on defensive side to be able to close down a half. But in general, she just feels like she got gutted after the nerf.
She feels very gutted, of course, and immediately, just as I say that, Ghost just cuts her head entirely and just dashes on through. Going onto the U-Haul right now, Assassin is able to take him down with a clean one-tap. Ani's on the side as well. Takes one more kill onto the defending Jet right now, and the A side has been completely taken over. The woman needs to back off right now. He is giving the space right now, and Team Well-Known are on the back foot in a 3 versus 4 post-plan scenario. Everyone is posted up, and let us see what they're going to be doing on this fight.
Yeah, right now, Tani Peak, they have the advantage that Ghost got for them early. They have the spike planted. It's up to them to maintain their post-plan positions, get the round through. Yami with another onto Assassin will make it 4v2, and this should be a comfortable start on the attacking side for Tani Peak. So, while this round gets over, I believe it'll be over right about now. Yami and Roxy facing up. Roxy looking to get a couple kills, but will be backed by his teammate Yami, gets taken down. So as I was saying, so while we're closing up this round, I'm curious to ask you, this compositions, right? For me, what I see is, I see the Raze and the Brimstone, really key components of Tani Peak. And for the side of Team Well-Knowns, I see the Sage. All that stands out to me is that Sage. I feel like they need to do well on their starting half, which is the defensive half. Otherwise, when Tani Peak go into defense, then the Killjoy comes online. It's going to be an insurmountable task.
That is very true right now, and that is a very good analysis as well. As we can see, like, that one Sentinel is going to cause a lot more issues, and there is no Cypher for Team Well-Knowns as well, so this is just going to be a slaughterhouse for the defensive half if this Sage is not able to find the pick. Sage, as a character, is very strong. Her abilities are quite powerful, but you need to have that gun skill as well to make it work, and just as I say that, Vaxi just gets taken down from the side, and immediately this is just a bloodbath going on to this side, and both sides just get completely taken over. Badass YT is stuck inside of the teleporter, but here comes Pega Chill on the side into the teleporter immediately and just takes him down right now. And that was an extremely quick half. We just started talking and the round already ended, and I was like, Nani? What just happened?
I mean, we're gonna see a lot of that. I mean, we've seen a lot of that today, and we're gonna end up seeing a lot of that in the round of 256, because you have these teams coming in, trying to make a mark for themselves, but you also have the teams who have made the mark for themselves, and they're looking to go up, and above. And for the teams that are coming in new, it's just about taking what you can get, because the teams you are facing, they've been in your situation and they've improved, and you have to look to do the same. Now, you see, half buys for the side of Team Well-Knowns, 4 Spectres, a Vandal, and almost full buys for the side of Tani Peak. Just the Killjoy on the Ghost. We'll see what Team Well-Knowns is able to do, because as we mentioned earlier, they need to be able to start pulling back rounds for themselves in the defensive half. Now, pushing it aggressively, Tani Peak, oh my god.
Tani Peak they just rat it. Double satchel in. They have the information. They have what they need to get. And Ghost already gets it through the smoke. Spray kill right now. And seems like Baxi is on the back foot and into the grinder right now. It seems as he just gets double shot and double peek right there. And Badass YT again on this Phoenix, completely alone on the side. And everyone else from Tani Peak is hunting him down probably very soon. And Badass YT is just gonna tuck his tail between his legs, get into a corner, and just sit it out right now. The round again goes to the attackers.
Yeah, and what's really interesting about this round is because Team Well-Knowns, they didn't really go for a full eco in round 2, and they were forced to just end up going for the Spectres in this round. So, having lost this round once again, it's not like they did do an eco this round, and this brings up the point I feel like you were talking about earlier, where we see, earlier in match 2, what we see from a lot of these new teams is an inability to eco properly, and therefore not have full buys to contest later, and that just gives up so much tempo, don't you think?
Yeah, that is like that is not the inexperience of a team. It's more about the inexperience of a player and the IGL. We of course know that how important IGLs are in games like this, and if the IGL does not give the call out, hey, we need to save money right now, that is actually a huge issue. And with already 3 rounds going down for their side, and Tani Peak are just looking stronger and stronger in terms of economy, this is just going to be more and more dangerous as time passes.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see what Team Well-Knowns is able to do. We'll take a quick look at the scorecard as the wall comes out to block the showers. You see, for the side of Team Well-Knowns, as you mentioned, just not much shot calling in there for their team as such, because 3 Spectres, a Vandal, and 1 person going for the eco, not much coordination. But now, is Tani Peak once again on B side. Miracle getting 2 easy kills for himself. Every single time, this guy just throws out the satchels and rockets across the entire site, gets his opponents down in a matter of seconds.
No one's really even contesting him. He's flying through the air. He's just making a name for himself right now. Miracle finally gets taken down by Baxi, but still does take down Assassin before he goes down himself. And Baxi alone on this site right now, and is being hunted down by both the Sova and the Jet right now. He's looking for blood. Probably gonna get 1 kill. Is able to take down Ghost right now, but already we're gonna be seeing the Sova just sitting there waiting it out. Recon Bolt is up and prepared. Will he push this? Push Vaxi is the real question. Vaxi gets another kill on the Pega Chill. Looking for another one, probably on Dancy. This is going to be massive damage to the side of Tani Peak, but that was good damage done. But with broken buys for the side of Team Well-Knowns, this just seems harsh for their side.
Yeah, especially since Tani Peak now on a 4-game win streak, while they did do damage to the economy, that win streak bonus will just come in and ease off that damage. What I will say though for Team Well-Knowns, I really like the fact that Reina stepped up huge this round, getting a triple for herself. Dwaxi is able to make sure that they have some sort of some sort of ground to just build up on, and we'll see if this Reina is able to pop off for Team Well-Knowns. But right now it's 4-0 for Tani Peak.
4-0 for Tani Peak right now. They are probably stratting up right now, as we can already see. This is going to be a pause for just a little while right now, but I'm going to ask you a question right now. It seems as though Team Tani Peak are, I do not know personally from the round of 32. Can you confirm if this team plays this hyper-aggressively, or are they much more of the passive and systematic style?
Yeah, so what I remember from Tiny Peak earlier in Series 2, they love being this aggressive. I remember Miracle too. He's one of the players who just literally takes the fight to the opponent because of their ability to sort of coordinate between themselves. The way they enter a site is what's always been really interesting to me because you can see that they've sort of done this already, say in a custom game, just to practice, or even an actual game in itself, where they each sort of allotted one specific angle to cover, and then they enter the site hyper aggressively covering that angle by themselves, basically making it sort of a foolproof plan where you have to take them at their duels, and if you don't win the duels, you just lose the entire site.
That's very much true, and especially we can see Miracle just diving in onto the site immediately with the double satchel, and it seems as though nothing can really, like, no one is really able to take him out of the air right there. And the more time they spent on Miracle right there, just staring at him as he's flying through the air, everyone else just jumps in on the side. Ghost gets one kill, and from the side, the Omen gets from the Brimstone gets another kill, and the Killjoy comes in from the side as well. And it seems as though, like, this is utter pressure on both sides. Let's say they try to rotate, even the rotation is not really happening because Team Tiny Peak, they're pushing multiple sites all together, and they're so confident in their gun skill that they're taking down Team Well Known in every single fight that they take.
Yeah, Tiny Peak, they were so close in Series 2 to getting to the double elimination stage. I think that's what is in their minds right now. They cannot be bothered with these earlier rounds. They want to get through it as fast as possible. And more importantly, sort of, when you're able to be this dominant in the earlier stages, your future opponents, they remember this. They're seeing this on stream. They get a little intimidated, and that sort of mind game, like mind advantage factor, can come in huge in those really, really close matches. So Tiny Peak, it's going to be up to them to sort of continue their dominant run in the attacking side because we do feel like buying a bit more defensive-sided map. But let me ask you this. So what sort of didn't get my eye in the starting pot for Team Well Known because of Sage? Like I just went laser focus on Sage. What I didn't notice is 3 duelists. What do you feel about the 3 duelists on Team Well Known?
3 duelists and no Cypher. That is like very questionable. That is a very hyper aggressive competition coming up from Team Well Known, but they did start on attacking at the defense on the very beginning, so they're going to be very weak on this half, but maybe in the attacking side, it may be very different. And just as I say that, Miracle just comes in and backsees like, oh, hello there! Can I just take your head off in a matter of seconds? And he just gets popped immediately and into the fryer right now for SP3812. And he's just stuck in the Brim Molly. He can't really do anything. Takes down one AFK from the side, and Miracle with one headshot onto Assassin, and Yami with another onto Badass YT. They just get taken down, and Tane Peak are just rolling in house right now with 0-5 scoreline on their side.
Yeah, Tiny Peak just sort of taking over the match completely. But yeah, I definitely agree because while Bind, generally known as a bit more defensive-sided, the fact that they have 3 duelists and an Omen who can be a really aggressive smoker, I feel like maybe Team Well Knowns would be better on the attacking side as a whole, so we'll just have to see. But to do that, to have a chance in the second half, they need to start pulling back some rounds for themselves. We will see if they're able to do that. Right now, you see for them in terms of buys, they have almost full buys, just a Bulldog and one more half buy. So this is a really important round for them. This is the round they need to pull back. But as we expect, Tiny Peak playing so aggressive, but 2 members of Tiny Peak getting taken down. Miracle will be able to get one answered back, but right now it's Tiny Peak down a man.
Tiny Peak is down 1 man. Duel versus 3 scenario right now, and Yami does not check his corners right there. Does get taken out by Assassin coming in from the flank side, and Miracle needs to dip out. Goes into the teleport, and the B side is theirs. So this is a 3 versus 2 postman scenario right now. There's a high chance they may be able to win this. They already know that no one is going to be coming in from the backlines right now. Hopefully, with the Killjoy turret being in place, when Miracle is being wary of the fact of this Omen maybe teleporting away from the side. Smokes has been used on the CT side. They are pushing it in. It feels as though Team Well Knowns are a bit confused of... I'm a bit unsure. Like, I think that one person was supposed to go through hookah to take the hookah control. The sound has been made, and Miracle, good flick onto Vaxi right now. Takes him down immediately. One coming onto the elbow sides, and the site is being stormed into right now. Miracle is holding down with the grenades on hand. Takes down one person, and take a chill. Finally takes down the Jet, and another quick kill onto Assassin right there from the sides. And Miracle just cleaning up house one after the next, and it seems as though Team Well Knowns are just confused on how to execute the site. They're not isolating the angles properly, don't you think?
Yeah, like I think they started the round really well, and like forcing Tani Peak to take the A to B teleporter, making the Sova go over all the way to B, getting the plant in, really good plays. But as you mentioned right there, right, I think a bit of miscoordination ended up costing them a lot, because the call for someone to go towards hookah I think came in really late, where you could see Roxy take that A to B teleport and then do it really fast and get caught out. Right now though, the orbitals, badass IT and his ult. Tani Peak, they got a bit disturbed last round and they're really angry for it, looking to make it 7-0.
SP3812, probably a bit of lag right there. Just stare than Miracle for a couple of seconds right there, but good play from Miracle to take him down immediately, and Baxi coming in from the side with Assassin, and this seemingly is going to be very difficult for their end to even retake 2 versus 4 scenario right now, with the Molly blocking off one of the key choke points. Baxi is wanting to walk in through the Molly right now, but already just seems quite difficult with the Killjoy Molly as well going down from the side. Baxi does make first contact, trying to get something right now for his teammate. Assassin does take that one pick, gets a gun to his name. Probably going to be able to hold it off, but he's not going to be able to with Take a Chill coming in from the side, and the cavalry is going to be coming in from the back as well, with Yami immediately swinging in from the CT angle to take him down. And another round for Tani Peak right now.
Yeah, 7-0 is the scoreline right now, with Tani Peak just on a massive win streak. You saw Team Bell Nodes answer back a little bit last round, but this round once again you see Tani Peak just continuing their sort of aggressive dominant play and looking really good for it. I have to wonder, like for Team Tani Peak, like it's sort of a double-edged sword, where in the sense that like taking this sort of 13-0, as I said earlier, it builds up your mark against future opponents, but also not having the experience to go up against tougher opponents, I wonder if it'll come to bite them later. Right now though, they don't care and they're looking really strong. His team well known's on the eco round here, looking to perhaps pull off a 3-1. Shorty misses one, gives away his position, 4v4, and it'll be Miracle taking the first 2 once again.
Baddest YT is able to take one pick at the very least. And the Sage is now just stuck inside this teleporter. Everyone is just staring at him. This is Sage Sushimi right now coming in from the side. Another res has been used on the Baxi, and 2 people are now stuck in the teleporter. It seems like the Sage is saying, you are not dying. I'm not dying here alone. You're dying with me. But it seems as though Team Well Known have something else to say on that fact. That was a good call coming out from the Sage right now. That one blind gave enough of a distraction for him to just take down one more player. That was an amazing play. I didn't really expect that to work out, but I was proving wrong. And Team Well Knowns are just showing that they have the potential to do a lot in this case. With that good play coming out from the Reyna, they are able to use that Reyna as a bait. And finally, the Sage was able to take down multiple people right there, and especially Badass YT coming in from the back end as well. He's able to take down one more player right there.
I have to say though, like taking nothing away from Team Well Knowns, I feel like Tani Peak got a bit complacent there. All of them hanging around the teleporter instead of just going for the spike plant and holding down post plant positions. And that shows that you have to respect every single team out here in the tournament, because every team here is out there to make its mark. If you give them even a bit of breathing room, they will do just that. But right now, it's Tani Peak once again. Oh my god, that's how you stop the show. Miracle just popping off right there.
Miracle just is like, I have a rocket, and then your name is written on it. It just throws it into the face of Assassin. Assassin's like, okay, I'll just have to take this right now. I have nothing better to do in my life. When you hear that Raze ultimate, it's like, okay, whose name is on that rocket right now? I'm just gonna die right now. Just kill me already. That's pretty much the face of Assassin right there as he was shooting down in that fight. And Team Tani Peak take another round on the board, and they're playing it a lot more seriously compared to last round.
Yeah, definitely. I think Tani Peak right here, they've sort of realized after last round that they can't just assume that they'll run over their opponents. They actually have to make an effort to do that, and they're doing that just here. Now, we have a small technical issue here, and what that gives us is a bit of time to just pause the game, look at what's happening, maybe look at the compositions as well. So, as we were talking about earlier, right, for Team Well Knowns, no Cypher, no Killjoy, no Breach, none of the sort of characters that we know to be well. Even the Smoke Agent and Omen, we generally do tend to see that Brimstone down in Vine, especially after the Stim Beacon buff. So the fact that Team Well-Knowns, they all went for a very radical composition, the 3 duelists with the Sage composition, especially when 2 of their duelists can self-heal, I feel like their composition is built purely on comfort and biting them a little bit right now.
That is very much true, and especially right now, we're already seeing it done with the Killjoy just coming in from the side. It just takes off Baxi's head, has a shotgun in hand, but it's not even gonna matter. With SV getting killed from the side as well, and Ghost, they're just storming in onto the side. They're giving like no damage, no coordination, no nothing. And they're just getting ran over. Assassin tries to get one pick up onto the side, and again, badass YT being the only one alive. 1 and 9 inside the teleporter once more, and maybe we're gonna see another dance coming out from the Sova. Another dance coming out from the Sova and the Phoenix right now, but are we gonna be able to see it? Jet already is coming in. He knows that he's in the teleporter right now. Will the Jet go through it is the real question. 40 HP and a dream right now for badass YT. 5 people right outside his doors. They're banging on it. They're just shooting him down one after the next. The Jet goes in from the back end, tries to get a kill, but it's not gonna happen with Sega Chill. Able to take him down as the Jet opens the doors, and badass YT goes into Death's Awaiting Arms. And it seems like Tani and Peak are just showing how much dominance they have as one of the top 32 teams for the last series.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this opportunity to talk to like every team out there similar to Team Well-Knowns, who's just a bit on the newer side, looking to make their mark, looking to explore the competitive scene in general. I think a few sort of fundamental things you have to make sure you have is one clear in-game leader. Or if not even one clear in-game leader, at least a couple of players who generally decide how the flow of the game is gonna go, because that's really, really lacking on the side of Team Well-Knowns. Even towards the end there, they're playing more like solo players, but right now, Miracle, Anais, both getting an opening kill. Anais the second just taking over A and then rotating over to B. 5v2 for Tani Peak as one goes down.
It seems like the defense for Team Well-Knowns is just so lackluster. There is like no real plan for what they're doing. They're just holding down sides, they're holding down corners. There's not really anyone to refrag. There's not really ways that they can get out of multiple different situations that they are playing in. They're not really playing for info. Like for example, like jiggle peeking, you could have done that right in front of the B-bomb side. Maybe you could have called for rotations early. Maybe you could have stopped the Killjoy from coming in. Maybe doubling up in front of the Killjoy so you can at least get a trade at the very least. You need to do some damage as a team. Like that is really lacking for the side of Team Well-Known right now.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's basically why I think an in-game leader is so important, because the leaders are the players who end up bringing the team together, assigning individual roles to the people. So I think that's definitely missing for Team Well-Knowns. But right now, badass YT running it back, getting that kill onto Anais, but Yami instantly answering back and now looking to set up the orbital strike. Says no instead. Tani Peak playing this round very slow compared to the usual pace.
Tani Peak is like just scattered, I would say. 3 versus 3 scenario already, and normally when they push the side together, they just explode entirely. Just find one pickup, and Take a Chill is able to take one, but badass YT gets the drop on to Take a Chill right now, takes him down. 2 versus 2 scenario right now. Probably another round for Team Well-Knowns if they play their cards properly. Badass YT coming up from the hook angle right now, but they need to stick together. This is very important coming in on this fight, and this is a split push right now, especially in a 2v2 scenario. You want to at least try and refrag one person at the bare minimum. 1 person in elbow ultimate has been used by this Jet right now, and Miracle with the classic in hand. Ghost though with a good shot right there from the back end is looking for the enemy Jet, and is able to take him down as the anime battles happen in the air. And Jet and Ghost, sorry, turns out to be the better Jet right now in this fight.
Yeah, Ghost looking really strong with that Blaze Storm there. Completely unaffected by their nerf are the pro players, I would say, because you've seen how many pro players able to use the left click rather than the right click and just sort of bypass the nerf because of their raw aiming potential. So right now you see Tani Peak just stepping up really huge, and it's exactly what we expect from a team that has already made it to this top 32 half. For the side of Team Well-Knowns, I would say take it one step at a time. Try to get this last this pistol round for yourself. You are on the attacking side, you have the 3 duelists, you have the Sage. A really good agent, I would say, to rush a site and then just wall off one part of the site, deny ground. So we'll see if Team Well-Knowns is able to pull off this triple duelist comp right here.
The main issue I would say for Team Well-Knowns right now is they're playing completely and entirely off of raw mechanical aim. They have like zero info. They do not know where to go, and they do not know where the enemy is. That's pretty much the main issue right now for this team. They may finally be able to get a plan, but with Miracle coming in from the side, this is going to be very difficult for their end. Miracle's already looking for it. He's looking for a knife. He tries to get the knife, but he's not going to be able to find it. But with Ghost coming in from the side to clean up house, he's wanted to go down with style, Miracle. He didn't find it, but Ghost is already there to just clean it up. And that was just a hectic round and a half. So,
Match
C,
point.
do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think the memo that we switched halves and the sides are changed did not reach Tani Peak because they came out like it was their attacking half, just pushing into A short, getting multiple kills, and then right here towards the end, while it was a good attempt from Team Well-Knowns, like Miracle going for the knife, just showing their comfort right here. Just right now, Team Well-Knowns not being able to stand up. I will say they're going for the forced buy. I do like that here because at 12-1 there's nothing left to give, but as I said earlier, they need to go step by step. And once again, a nice pulling so aggressively. Tani down A so fast.
They're already just pushing. They like give no dabs. Yami gets another kill on the backseat from the side as well. And as I said before, like we already know this is gonna be quite a bit of a slaughter fest. So let's just talk about one thing for Team Well-Knowns. You need to have a character that can at least gather some info. Maybe have a Cypher, maybe have a Sova. That's very much important in these rounds because as you can see, they're just playing without any info. They have no clue where the enemy is. And the enemy is probably in your backline right now, sitting in CT spot with Adis just waiting headshots left, right, and center. He's just looking out for blood right now. Jet being the only one alive in the spawn right now gets finally taken down by Tega Chill, and Anis is probably screaming at the Sova, "Why did you take away my 4K right there?" And that is just a sad story and a half for Team Well-Known. But still, I hope that you at least learned from this match at the bare minimum that you need to have an in-game leader. First of all, your team composition needs to get built up. And all of these need to be coming into play. So let's get into that.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the triple duelist comp work in the past. Like we've seen level 5 pull it off in a clutch game and just sort of dominate the scene. But like at the same time, I think what is really important for a team doing that is to understand exactly what aspects of such a comp like ends up factoring in for like taking the success to them. Starting on the defensive side with that comp, maybe not as great. But we'll talk about all of that in the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 notebook, powered by 4000 Series Ryzen Processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now let's take a look at that game. Talk about where Team Well-Knowns could have improved because Tani Peak, they're just the team we expected.
Tani Peak was the better team, of course, in this. Like, there was nothing to really talk about in that case. But first of all, as I said, composition. Primary problem that we had entirely in this set. The composition, triple duelist, they had no intel. Yes, triple duelist is extremely powerful, but you need some form of intel. Maybe put in a Sova instead of a Sage so that your duelists at least have a general idea of what angles to check at the bare minimum in a lot of these fights. That came into the play, and Team Well-Known, secondly, I wouldn't say it was down to bad raw mechanical aim. It was more about the fact that Team Tani Peak just had the better team coordination, the better pushes, they cleared angles better, so they just isolated multiple different angles. For example, like one cleared out cubby, as you said before, one cleared out cubby, one cleared out long, one cleared out elbow. Everything was just cleared out entirely. So each team member just had one place to clear out, and there was no way they were going to get blindsided. And even if they did get blindsided, it was an instant trade, no matter what situation.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is a really important aspect of Tani Peak. But I feel like that entire like strategy is a sort of a double-edged sword because if you're able to do it properly, you basically get instant control of the round. But if even one member like fails to win his duel or fails to get traded out or even fails to cover his corner, the entire strategy collapses. So we'll have to see if Tani Peak is able to keep this up. But they did it perfectly this round. For the side of Team Well-Knowns, I would say that yeah, it's as you said, right? Like just a lack of info in general. If they really want to go for the triple duelist, maybe instead of like the double self-healing agents, you could put in a raise in there, so you can use the boombot for like a bit of info, just to clear corners a little bit, just to push in a little bit. But having no info whatsoever in any of their duelists, or even in terms of the Sage, which could have been replaced with the Cypher, definitely hurting them here. But I really hope this team comes back. I hope they sort of look at this as a way of understanding that, hey, we just faced up against a top 32 team, and while the scoreline may not say so, our like literal raw ability in the game was pretty close. And if we can just sort of tidy up the macro a little bit, we will look much stronger for it. So I hope Team Well-Knowns takes this loss in a good way and comes back stronger.
Yes, of course. Like Team Well-Knowns had like a lot of glorious moments, I would say, at the very least. Like you saw that hookah play right there. That hookah play was actually pretty good coming out from SP3812. Like, I was very much surprised. Like, I just called it like they're just gonna get grinded up with the hookah plays, but suddenly I saw Badass coming from the back and then the Jet coming in from the sides, and that was a really good clean push from their side. And I saw some forms of brilliance coming out from Team Well-Known, but in the long run, I want to see that in every single round, not just in one round. So that is one of the main things I would say.
Yeah, if you want to be well known, you have to be consistent, and I hope that they're consistent in their dedication to the competitive scene and come back next time. But that was all between the match, in the match between Team Well-Knowns and Tani Peak. Tani Peak will be moving on to the round of 128. And unfortunately, that was also all for our session today. That was the last game we got to cast. We'll see you back tomorrow real soon. But for now, I'm CA, your host and caster for the day, joined by Aggressive. We'll see you soon in the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 3, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, and with Act as our fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. Remember, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. This was just day one. There's a ton of content coming, and I hope to see you there.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Take my hand, and we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young,